My name is Bishop Christopher Coyne, and I'm the Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Burlington, Vermont, as well as being the president of Rice Memorial High School. You know, the one thing that is great about Rice is we're not just about education, we're about formation. We're about forming the whole person, not just in terms of the head, but also in terms of the heart. Not only to form our children in the faith of the Catholic Church, in their own faith as well, but also to form them to become moral and ethical and charitable people who go out in service to others. Formation into the greater common good that we all try to serve in Jesus Christ.
A faith-based education here at Rice is one of the most important pillars of our school. So this school is founded from the very beginning, from the first brick that was laid both at Cathedral High School and at Rice Memorial High School. It's always been about how do we dig deeper into our faith and how do we teach students who are coming into the modern world to know their God-given talents and to know where God is leading them in their life. How can they get closer and closer to God? And what am I made for? Am I made for something more? Because we are. We are made for something more. And Rice Memorial High School teaches us that we were made to be great. And there's nothing more important than teaching students that.
We have the opportunity here at Rice to actually act on our faith in the community and in community service projects.
Faith is a way of life. It's how you live your life on a daily basis, and that's what the core Catholic faith instilled in us.
I think it's very important to have sort of that baseline of values, that it's the same values we have at home and that we teach at home.
The culture at Rice, while faith-based, sets the tone for the rest of your day.
Rice has really given me the ability to feel my way through the faith and then, discover my own way and really grow in that faith.
The culture here at Rice is really that of always excelling, always trying to improve ourselves and do better. And that starts with the teachers and the heart of learning. They are life learners, and so they bring that passion into the classroom and bring that onto their students. And they're always seeking ways in which they can reach out to our students, no matter where they may be. Because they come at different levels, they come with different gifts. And that really is the culture of being able to continue to spur our children to love learning, because that in becoming highly educated, they become successful in their pursuits, the God-given talents that are being given to them.
Rice allows each kid to be their own person and to achieve the levels that they are bound to reach with additional support from the teaching staff.
I think what I was most worried about is if I get a question wrong, what will people think of me, kind of thing. What will happen if I'm not the smartest kid in my classes? And I never feel that way.
Just the class sizes has been the biggest part of my education, and really getting me to kind of the next step in how I learn and learning how to learn.
Rice has really high expectations, but they back it up with incredibly high-level teaching and just great academic support.
So God has placed each of us in a particular time and place with particular gifts and talents. That is where He's asking us to give of ourselves.
So we help students find those gifts and then match them to a need in our society. And then they go out and do their community service.
And so we can use those gifts and talents in wherever He's placed us in our community to go outside of ourselves and serve those around us, to be the leaven in the world.
So the mission of the school is to love learning, to seek God, and to serve others.
We find ourselves in who we are through giving of ourselves in service.
Serve others and seek God, and I think that that's really important for kids our age to do.
It's important to give back, just in general.
It helps Rice look good, but you feel good yourself doing it.
As a more introverted person, it was one of the ways that I sort of had to accept being a part of the community. It was one of the ways that made me put myself out on a limb a little bit.
It's good to give back to the community and know that Rice appreciates the community around us.
They're going through this developmental stage where everything is about them, their success, their lives, how hard it is for them, what's happening to them. And the community service forces them to think outside of their own world.
the kids are building their own communities. You have different athletic programs that will put on meals for each other. They go to Mass together. They do different events together. So they're building their own families and communities, and it's my goal, hopefully, that spills over even after high school. You know, when these kids come back in 10, 15, 20 years for their reunions, that they play that Remember When game, is that there's smiles and there's positive memories that they can always go back to and travel that, you know, that road with their teammates and friends again. So those are the kinds of things I'm looking for and the kinds of things I'm hoping to promote and get these kids to buy into.
Because Rice isn't the size of like public high schools, we have the ability to know really everyone in our school.
When you go to a basketball game or a football game or the COTS walk or the crop walk, it feels like you're walking with your family.
And then it really comes together at stunt night.
Stunt night for us is that time of the year when, you know, that month of November was just fun. Definitely a great time and a great memory in my life.
In a small community such as Vermont, that you know everyone around, and Rice has a certain reputation of excellence in academics, faith, and sports. And I think that even when I graduate, I'll continue to hold some pride in that.
I think there's just an energy about Rice. I think I come back now and I still feel like part of the family, and I think I felt that, you know, the first day I came and the day I graduated and every time I come back.